Hello everyone, it's day 14 of the 21-day yoga challenge. A lunar calendar is marked by 14 days because every 14th day we have the full moon, and tomorrow happens to be the full moon. So today I'd like to share with you the Chandra Namaskar or the moon salutations. And the reason I'm sharing it today is because the Chandra Namaskar is ideal to be practiced on the dawn of the full moon day. So, or on other days, it can be practiced in the evening or at night, especially when the moon is visible. I just love how all these coincidences are throwing up in our 21-day yoga challenge. It was the ninth day of our challenge, and it happened to be Navmi or Ram Navmi. And today is the 14th day, and tomorrow happens to be the full moon. I'm sharing this Chandra Namaskar. Now, we all know that the moon has no light of its own, it reflects the light from the sun. So, similarly, the Chandra Namaskar or the moon salutation practice also reflects the sun salutation or the Surya Namaskars. This practice was first introduced by the Bihar School of Yoga, which is one of the most revered and popular schools, also one of the oldest schools in India. Their publications and their teaching courses are highly looked up to in the yogic community. And in one of their bestseller books, Asana, Pranayama, Mudra, and Bandhas, they introduced the Chandra Namaskar, where posture wise, there's just one difference between the Surya Namaskars and the Chandra Namaskars. That is, after the Ashwasanchalanasana or the riding horse pose, they introduced the Ardha Chandrasana. And unlike the Surya Namaskars, which is a more dynamic, energetic, and warm up practice, the Chandra Namaskars are practiced more slowly and gently to cool the body down. So let's get started. Today, I'm not going to get into details of every posture because that's been covered in day 2 of the Surya Namaskars. So if you haven't checked it out, please go through that video first and then get on to this one. Coming to the top of our mat, we bring our hands to heart center. And as we inhale, take your hands upward and bend back slightly, looking at the palms. Now exhaling, bend forward, hinge from the waist and touch your hands to the mat next to the feet. Or you could also place your hands on the shin. And as you exhale, take your left leg back first and inhale, look up. The reason here we start with the left leg is because we want to activate the Ida Nadi or the energy channel that is responsible for the lunar energy within our bodies. Now exhaling, just straighten the back up and bring your palms together. And with an inhalation, move your hands up above the head, curving the back for a gentle back bend. The hands, the back, and the legs should form a gentle curve, just like the crescent of a moon. The hands looking up at the palms. This is the Ardha Chandrasana. And exhaling, bring your hands back to Ashwasanchalanasana. Tucking the toes in as you inhale. And as you exhale, lift the knee off. Take the right leg back to Dandasana. Make sure your hips are not hanging too low or too high. Your body is rock solid like a plank. Exhaling, drop the knees down, chest down and chin down or the forehead down. Rest here as you inhale and exhale. And inhaling, coming up to Bhujangasana. The chest is nice and open, head looking up, palms pressing into the mat. Tuck the toes in for Adho Mukha Swasan. Draw the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhaling again, take the left leg forward. For Ashwasanchalanasana, look ahead and straighten the back. Bring your palms together. Draw the hands up as you inhale. Bend the back and look up at the palms for the Ardha Chandrasana. Exhaling, bring your palms back on the mat. And inhaling, tuck the toes in. Exhaling again, come up, bring both the feet together, head towards the shin. Inhaling, hands go up again in Hasta Uttanasana. Look at the palms with a gentle bend. Exhaling, hands come to Namaskarasana or Pranayamasana. And now for the other half of the cycle, we do it using the right leg. This is opposite to what we do in the Surya Namaskar, where we start with the right leg and end with the left leg. Now, here, because it's the lunar cycle, we start with the left, that is activating the Ida Nadi first, and then the Pingala. So, these are just energy channels within us, which you can read up about more if you're interested. Another difference being in the Surya Namaskar, we have 12 steps or asanas, including the pranayamas, which also correlate with the 12 sun signs or the zodiac signs. Whereas in the Chandra Namaskar, we have 14 steps or 14 asanas, and these correlate with the 14 days of the lunar calendar. So let's get completing the other half of the cycle. Hands in Samasthiti at your heart center. This is Ekam. And hands go up as you inhale, extending the trunk, extending the hands up. Look up at the palms for Dve, that is Hasta Uttanasana. Trini, hinging from your waist and reaching for your toes or the mat. Head tucked in as you exhale. Chatwari, right leg goes back, come to Ashwasanchalanasana as you inhale. Pancha, hands come together as you exhale, and as you inhale, draw the arms up, extend the trunk, bend back looking at the palms for Ardha Chandrasana. Shant or the sixth pose, coming down again for the Dandasana. Take the left leg back and come to the plank pose. Sapta, draw the knees down, chest and the chin comes down for Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale and exhale. Ashta, inhaling and pushing the body forward, coming up, looking up at the sky, opening up the chest and relaxing the shoulders. Nava, tuck the toes in and come up to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Dasha, right leg comes forward this time in between the hands. Look straight ahead for Ashwasanchalanasana. Exhaling, back straight, bringing the palms together. And for Ekadasha, bend your back, raise your arms up for Ardha Chandrasana. The back of your body forming a curve resembling a crescent moon. And as you exhale, bring your hands back on either sides of your foot and bringing the feet together for Trayodasha. Head towards your shin as you exhale. And for Chaturdasha, inhale, take your hands up to Hasta Uttanasana, bend back gently looking at the palms. Hands come back to heart center for the Namaskar Asana. So this is one complete cycle of the Chandra Namaskar. And this particular sequence is referred to as the traditional Chandra Namaskar, which, like I mentioned, was introduced by the Bihar School of Yoga. So that was our asana practice for today. Just a very gentle, relaxing, and a cooling flow because that's what the moon represents. And a yoga practice, even if it's the same flow on day one and day two, it's always about the intention. The Chandra Namaskar is particularly beneficial for our mental and emotional health. So, just before you sleep, if you get doing this practice, then you can have a good night's rest. But of course, you need to keep in mind regular rules of yoga. That is, your stomach needs to be light and empty, and it should be done after a gap of at least 2 to 3 hours after a meal. Now, staying with today's theme of keeping it light and cool, we'll be practicing some cooling pranayams because we just finished the Navdurga and it marks the start of summer. And India, being a tropical country, is going to be super, super hot in the next few months to come. We're going to be doing 3 pranayam practices today. So you can adopt either Sukhasana or you can also adopt a more wide Sukhasana or one leg up, which is the Siddhasana or a Siddhyoni asana. A Padmasana or the lotus pose is also great for meditation and pranayam, but it's a slightly difficult posture to hold for a long time. The first pranayam we're going to be practicing today is called the Sheetkari pranayam. So for this, you stick your tongue out of the mouth and then the tip of the tongue rolls back into the mouth and we place the folded tongue in between our teeth. And then there's a slight gap between the fold of the tongue. We breathe in cool air through the mouth, exhale the warm air through the nostrils. So let me demonstrate that for you. I'll try and zoom in. Stick the tongue out of the mouth, fold the tip of the tongue inward and hold this fold in between the teeth. Now the sides of your tongue will have a small gap, that's the folded part. In fact, you'll find the gap on both sides of the folded tongue. Gently close the eyes. Place your palms on your thighs, facing up towards the ceiling. And let's begin our pranayama practice. Breathe in deeply, the cool air entering your mouth, the throat, and into the lungs. And exhale completely through the nostrils. Inhale deeply and be aware of the cool air entering through the mouth. And exhaling, notice the warm air leaving the nostrils. Inhaling deeply again. Feel the cold air. And exhaling, noticing the warmth. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out completely. Let's do this one last time. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, emptying the lungs completely. Now take your tongue in. Notice the cold sensation on the tongue, perhaps also at the back of your tongue and your throat if you're sensitive. Slowly opening the eyes with a gentle smile. I hope that felt good. The first cooling pranayama. You could practice more rounds depending on how hot you feel on a certain day. Moving on to the next pranayama, which is called the Sadhana pranayama. For this, you're going to bring the upper set of your teeth in contact with the lower set of the teeth, something like this. And the tip of the tongue is placed just behind the teeth. And you're going to inhale cool air through the crevices of the teeth. Allow the cool air to pass through on top of your tongue, the throat entering into the lungs. The warm air again is exhaled through the nostrils. Now, both the Sheetkari and the Sedanta pranayam should be avoided by those who are having missing teeth, who wear dentures, or those with very sensitive teeth. Also, if you have cold, sore throat, bronchitis, etc., please avoid these pranayams because they cool down the body further. Now, as you bring your teeth together, make sure that the facial muscles are still relaxed. Some people try to exert it by opening up their lips really wide or clench their teeth together. So there's no need for doing any of that because then all your focus moves towards the mouth area. Instead, the focus needs to be on the breath. So just keep it gentle, something like this. So let's practice the Sadhana pranayam. Bring the upper set and the lower set of the teeth together. The tongue is just behind the teeth. And as we inhale, let's take the cool air in and exhale through the nostrils. Let's start by closing our eyes and taking a deep breath in, the cool air entering through the gaps of our teeth to the upper palate of the mouth, throat, and into the lungs. And exhale completely, the warm air leaving the nostrils. Take a deep inhalation and
Exhale completely through the nostrils. Breathe in deeply. Notice the air entering the throat, into the lungs, bulge your abdomen. And exhale completely. The abdomen goes in, lungs empty out and leave through the nostrils. The deep inhalation, taking in the positivity and goodness around you, and exhaling all the unwanted stale energies completely. Another deep breath in, taking all the fresh air around you, and exhaling completely anything that's unwanted within your body. Close your mouth, bringing the lips together, and observe the sensation of the coolness in your mouth and the complete relaxation in your mind. Slowly open your eyes with a gentle smile.
And the last practice of today is called the Chandra Anulom Vilom Pranayam or the Chandra Bedana. For this, we adopt the Nasika Mudra, that is, you make a fist, open your thumb, and open the last two fingers. Just your forefinger and the middle finger is folded into your palm. So I'm going to close the right nostril and keep it closed throughout this practice because this is the Surya Nadi or the Pingala Nadi. Whereas the left side is the Ida Nadi, which, like I mentioned, represents the lunar energy in us. So you want to activate that to provide a cooling effect. India, before we get started, this pranayam is not recommended for those who have any allergies or who are suffering with obesity. And it goes without saying, please do not do this pranayam when you have a cold, any respiratory infection, bronchitis, and the likes. Also, do not practice it in a really cool weather. So, coming back to adopting Amudra again, the other hand is placed on the thigh facing up the ceiling. Close your right nostril and inhaling deeply with the left and exhaling completely. Inhale again, count up to 6 and exhaling slowly, again counting up to 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply 4, 5, 6. Exhale completely for 4, 5, and 6. Let's do this 5 more times, total of 9. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhale, take fresh air in and exhale all the used up stale energies. Inhaling all the positivity and exhaling all the unwanted negativity. Let's take just one more deep breath in and exhale out.
completely. And release your right nostril. Place the right hand on your thigh. Keep your eyes closed. Just observe the body. And if you're sensitive, you should already feel some coolness in the body. Slowly open your eyes with a smile. It's so beautiful, isn't it, that after even a short breathing practice, when we open the eyes, the whole world just looks much more brighter. I hope you liked today's calming and relaxing flow. Please write to me and let me know how you enjoyed it. Thank you and namaste.